Hello 9th grade. Welcome to our English lesson on Rawafid channel. I hope you are all well and enjoying your time. Today inshallah we're going to discuss Unit 5 Period 3. طلابنا الأعزاء أهلا وسهلا بكم في درس جديد من دروس اللغة الإنجليزية للصف التاسع ومع الوحدة الخامسة الدرس الثالث. هيا لنبدأ على بركة الله. First, look at these pictures. Picture number 1, we have 1, 2, 3 box, 3 box. Picture 2, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 apples, 4 apples. Next, we have 1, 2, 2 balls. As you see, some nouns we can count them. We say 1 pen, 1, 2, 3, 4 pens. We call these countable nouns. بعض الأشياء يمكن أن نعدها مثل الكتاب أو القلم أو التفاحات ونسميها بالأسماء المعدودة countable nouns. Now look at these pictures. We have sand بمعنى رمل, money بمعنى نقود, sugar بمعنى سكر, ومilk بمعنى حليب. Can we count sand or sugar? هل يمكن أن نعد الرمل أو السكر؟ No, we can't. Some nouns can't be counted. We call them uncountable nouns. بعض الأسماء لا يمكن عدها مثل الرمل والسكر والملح والشاي وأيضا الماء. وهذه الأسماء تسمى بالأسماء غير المعدودة. Our lesson today is going to talk about countable and uncountable nouns. درسنا اليوم حول الأسماء المعدودة والأسماء غير المعدودة. In the first picture, there is a cake. There is a cake. In the second, there are 4 cakes. There are 4 cakes. Notice, cake is a countable noun. كلمة cake كلمة معدودة. When there is 1, we say a before the word. We say a cake. When there are more, for example 4 or 5, we use the plural s at the end. We say cakes. We also say there is for singular and there are for plural. There is olive oil in the bottle. Olive oil is uncountable noun. الأسماء غير المعدودة تأتي دائما على صيغة المفرد. لا يسبقها a or an ولا يتبعها اس الجمع ونعاملها معاملة المفرد. We say there is olive oil. Let's have another example. There is salt in the plate. الملح في الطبق. Salt is also uncountable. كلمة ملح أيضا غير معدودة. We can't count it. We say there is salt, not there are. Now let's practice. Correct the underlined mistakes. صحح الخطأ. Number 1. There are a lot of sugar in my cup. Can you correct are? Remember, sugar is uncountable. كلمة sugar غير معدودة. Great. The correct answer is لأن الكلمات غير المعدودة نعاملها معاملة المفرد فتصبح الجملة There is a lot of sugar in my cup. Number 2. There are 9 books on the shelf. Can you correct the word book? Great. Books. Because it's countable, we use the plural S. Now look at this plate. There are a lot of apples in the plate. The noun apple is countable. كلمة apple معدودة. So we use a lot of with countable nouns. نستخدم a lot of مع الأسماء المعدودة. We can also say there are lots of apples in the plate. So we also can use lots of with countable nouns. نستخدم lots of أيضاً مع الأسماء المعدودة. In picture 2, there is a lot of water in the bottle. Water here is uncountable. كلمة water غير معدودة. We also use a lot of with uncountable nouns. إذن نستخدم أيضاً كلمة a lot of مع الأسماء غير المعدودة. Notice that we use a lot of and lots of in affirmative sentences with both countable and uncountable nouns. نستخدم lots of and a lot of في الجمل المثبتة مع الكلمات المعدودة والكلمات غير المعدودة وتعني الكثير من. Now, look, how many books are there? How many books are there? There are 5 books. كم عدد الكتب في الصورة؟ يوجد 5 كتب. We use how many to ask about the number of countable nouns. نستخدم how many للسؤال عن العدد مع الأسماء المعدودة كما في المثال كم عدد الكتب؟ عددها 5. Now I asked Mom, how much olive oil do you need? How much olive oil do you need? She says, I need a little, not much. Here we can't use how many with olive oil because we can't count olive oil. هنا لا نستطيع أن نستخدم أداة السؤال how many للسؤال عن الزيت لأننا لا نستطيع عد الزيت. نستخدم للسؤال عن كمية الأسماء غير المعدودة مثل السؤال عن كمية الزيت التي نحتاجها ب how much. How much. We use how much to ask about the quantity of uncountable nouns. Now let's practice. Choose how many or how much. Number 1. Space eggs are there. Eggs here is countable. Shall we use how many or how much? Great. We use how many. Number 2. Space students are in the class. Students here is also countable. So the answer is also how many. How many students are in the class? Number 3. Space sugar do you want? Now sugar is uncountable. So we ask with how much. We say, how much sugar do you want? Beautiful answers. You are magnificent. Now look at this picture. How many oranges are there in the picture? كم عدد البرتقالات الموجودة في الصورة؟ There aren't many oranges. There are only a few. هنالك القليل. لا يوجد الكثير. As you see, we use a few with countable nouns when there aren't many. نستخدم كلمة a few مع الكلمات المعدودة عندما يكون هنالك القليل فقط. Well, in this picture, how much rice is there in this bowl? Nice. There isn't much rice in this bowl, only a little. كم من الأرز موجود في الطبق؟ لا يوجد الكثير، هنالك القليل. Rice here is uncountable. الأرز هي كلمة غير معدودة. So, as we see, we use a little with uncountable nouns. نستخدم a little مع الكلمات غير المعدودة when there isn't much. عندما لا يكون هنالك الكثير. How about doing an exercise now? Choose a few or a little. Number 1. Mom says we have space tomato paste. Tomato paste is uncountable. Do you think with uncountable shall we use a few or a little? That's right, a little. We say, Mom says we have a little tomato paste. Number 2. There are space discs in the class. Discs here is countable. Good. With discs, we say a few. There are a few discs in the class. The last one. There are space tables in the room. Also tables is countable. كلمة الطاولة هي كلمة معدودة. ومع الكلمات المعدودة نستخدم a few. So the answer is there are a few tables in the room. Here we come at the end of our lesson today. Today we learned countable and uncountable nouns. We learned a few and a little. We also learned the usage of how much and how many. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching and see you again next time. Bye bye.